Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's time to rank some 8-bit video games. We have a fresh batch of games to add to the list today. Our list has 588 games on it. All the way down here at Raid 2020. And up here we got Mega Man 2. I was looking through TikTok, which is a social media short video based platform. And I found a video of some guy, I don't know. And he was saying, like, what are the worst video games to ever come out for the NES? And then, you know, he had a list of games. He had the cartridges too, because I don't know. And he was like, is it Athena? Is it Back to the Future 2 and 3? Is it, and had like a handful of other games, and I was just like sitting there just shaking my head the whole time going, brother, you're not even close. I was like you once before I saw the science. I thought, man, Athena, that's got to be one of the worst games for the 8-bit Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, the number of games that have come in below Athena, you know, it's down there for sure. Athena's not a good game, but scientifically speaking here, this isn't me, this is the science. The science did this talking. Even if you were trying to limit it to licensed games, maybe he just had to go buy the cartridges he owned that he could hold up, because I'm pretty sure he was holding cartridges. I don't know. You would say the Uncanny X-Men or maybe Bill and Ted or something like that. Maybe you own a copy of Heroes of the Lance, and then you can, that'd be a good one. But, dude, Athena is, again, in the full scope of the platform, Athena is not a good game, but compared to some of the stuff that, how low we could go, Athena is not even in the conversation. But, yeah. If you want to contribute to the list, if you want to influence the order of the list, you can do so. If you want to use money to influence science, you can. But not here. Your money will only influence the order in which the games are played. Head over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Support the sciences. If you become an advisor, you can, suggest a game for the list, as many people have done for this week's incarnation of the show. This episode, whatever you want to call it. I have a can here of Faxi Combi, which is it has a percentage chance to taste like a number of different things, and all of the things are in not English. So I'm not really, the 8% chance here is that it tastes like salad smag, which is probably not good. The other choices are like vanilla, perhaps a passion smag, melon smag. Smag is just like to have the word smag in mashed in with whatever how you convey flavors in your language is a terrifying concept to begin with here. Oh, I trimmed my nails and that hurt. Opening that can. Oh, that whatever this is, it does not smell good. I think this has calories in it, because I think we opened one of these before and it did not make its way to the list, if I remember right. But oh, hold up. Okay. Ha ha ha. I couldn't tell you what that. I can't tell you what this is supposed to taste like. It's inhuman. Okay. Oh. Okay. It's like a pickle. Yeah, like a. What is the? Okay. So it's a 22% chance that it's passion smag. We've read these cans on a previous broadcast, I think sometime last year. I need to turn this around so I can read it. Ella Hindbar smag, melon smag, Cocos Rabarbar smag. That's was it rhubarb? Vanilgis smag and Salat smag. SALAT SMAG. This is not vanilla or any kind of passion fruit or melon. So I'm guessing this is probably rhubarb. I mean, I can't place the smell, but also, if you asked me to tell you what a rhubarb smelled like, or I wouldn't. Is it? I think it's Danish. It's from a .dk. The domain on it is .dk. Is that Denmark? Oh. Oh God. Say rhubarb smells generically green. That's probably what this is then. Oh. Fuck this. Oh, okay. My entire mouth is poisoned. Okay. We need to. Ow! Stupid finger. Okay. Whew. That's what I get for trimming my fingernails. Okay. Holy sh... Okay. Let's rank some video games. Sorry for derailing everything. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that can has calories in it, so it does not qualify for the list. Oh my gosh. Okay. Is it better than Athena? No. I would rather play Raid 2020 than drink more of that. Okay. Okay. Our first game comes to us courtesy of Davis. Who suggested this game. And I looked this up. This is it's not called this, but you know, like they hid the name, but apparently they made a sequel to Metal Gear. Solid Snake is back. They made another one of these. It's ridiculous. So why don't we dip into this? It's called Snake's Revenge. Oh, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Hang on a sec. So, you know, at the end of Metal Gear, you know, Snake needed revenge, right? You blow up the computer, and you I don't know. Well, you fight Big Boss, and like I don't know. Like, does he need revenge? You kind of finish everything, right? What would he need revenge on? I guess we can find out. Okuda and Oza, and we got some other stuff, and Metal Gear 1, code number VRC4, capacity 1. It's a heavy-duty tank, able to attack from all angles and carry nuclear weapons. It's a touchdown from all angles. That's it? That's all you're going to show me? Okay. Lieutenant Snake, we received information from our intelligence man at the enemy's base. They have a weapon. Is it Metal Gear, which you destroyed 3 years ago? Go to the enemy base with 2 men. John Turner, in the Navy's Info Center for 6 years, is an infiltration pro. Are we cutting off a little too much? We cutting off? We a little too much overscan compensation here. Nick Meyer, a Marine, is explosives and something else. Lieutenant Solid Snake is a martial arts expert. He destroyed Metal Gear 1 and is now Operation 747 leader. He's blinking. There he is. It's Solid Snake. Snake, the purpose of your mission is to infiltrate the enemy's stronghold. Okay. You must collect information from your co-workers. Just gather around the copy machine and just chop it up. You know, just learn some stuff. Okay, so far this seems like Metal Gear. I've got a pistol at the start, so that's crazy. I mean, I guess I'll use the knife, right? I mean, ah. What are these? Just dudes in helicopter, like dudes with seats with helicopter rotors attached to them. Am I infiltrating Cobra? What the fuck is this garbage? Can I stab that guy? Also, what is with the flare? I have bad news for you. You went into the enemy's airspace. We can't help you anymore. See you at the meeting point after the military operation's over. That is bad news. Okay. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, fucking come on. Okay, looks like up is our only actual route here. This is, this is something, man. What is... I mean, it must be a nighttime infiltration because of this and you know, like all the flares that are getting shot. Like, am I shooting those flares when we walk onto the dark screens? Why is that happening? I got rations. Oh, I was just trying to pick it so that it would be... Oh. Radar map. Let's talk to John. No? No one. Okay. Ha! We made it in such a way that you're guaranteed to get seen when you walk back onto the screen because we thought that would be cool gameplay. Like, what? All right, let's try going up here. That's probably the... Oh, this is where the guy was. And now am I guaranteed to get... Okay. It was over to the right, right? There's a... Or is this just the way I came? Oh, dude. And it's daytime here. Why was it daytime on that screen? Maybe they just have big lights. All right, we found a building. I don't have a way to get in here. You don't have like a key card for me or anything? Ah, fuck you. So this is where we started. I feel like we've been here. I got ammunition. Okay, this is a different building entrance. Will the food automatically be used? That's my question, but we're not going to risk it right here, right now. Okay. This door apparently also does not open. And then is this where the no, this is, there was a guy. Okay, yeah, this is the ammo. Terry Bogart's famous phrase, "Are you okay? Hide at the main gate to receive information." Okay. That's not information. Oh. Oh. Those dummies left the door open. I'm not doing this. It's walking in automatically, by the way. There's a cutscene. Yeah, all right, yeah. I mean, I shot the gun. It's a fair point. This is like almost the good Metal Gear music, but it's then not, you know? I like that little pause, though. Let's, you jump off the jump riser. I guess we're gonna find out if the food works. It doesn't. It doesn't automatically use the food. Do I no longer have key card 1? Is that... No, no, no. I guess I don't, huh? I guess I... No, that's... Stop. We want the knife. This guy's got a pretty good long vision range. I thought maybe I could successfully, like, hide behind the dudes. Oh, you... They can also shoot at much better angles than you can. Let's food up. Is that a door? It's not, right? Like, this is not a... Oh, okay, it is. Good. The enemy has a truth gas. This really feels like someone sat down and said, oh, we need to make another one of these. And it is not especially good. John moved to a different spot. I got keycard too. Like it's superficially the same game. Right down to like having to pick key cards and so I'm guessing I need to come back with truth gas. Ah, fuck. This game seems real filthy. I mean, you know, everyone I think has heard of the... Oh, what the fuck? Why do I have, like, Russian attack controls here? Is there gonna be... Is there side-scrolling, like, fighting in this game? There's like bad, yeah, big mode, yeah, there's like bad, this does not control super well at all, but the fact that I can jump and stab, there must be actual like combat in a side-scrolling view in this game too, huh? Is that the one idea they came up with, is let's put some Russian attack in this game? Because holy smokes. Yeah, these guys, they shoot. All right, there is a door down there. Fuck. I mean, I guess they didn't really merge the cards together even until... I mean, did they ever? Just like, hey, try all your key cards on this door. Would have been a nice improvement. What's the benefit to the why is the punch in here? Probably because you get taken prisoner and they need to have... Oh, they drop stuff more frequently if you punch them. Alright, well you just stay here until I get a required item. Don't tell anybody I came in here and stuck a gun at you. Just... You got a submachine gun. With no bullets. Oh God. We can get in there and get that. Oh, okay. I'm still taking damage and now I can't get out of this room. It was not evil gas in there. Wait, was this a card 1 room or... We're gonna die because we don't know if this was a card 1 room or a card 2 room. It's a card 1 room. That's fun. All right, we got plastic explosives. Is that just in the weapons menu, or is that a... Okay, yeah. And maybe I should try to be punching guys if they drop rations. I think that would be useful. This is maybe a good guy to punch. No, stop. The way that the return, like the way that this menu reconfigures itself depending on which screen you have up is not good. This is going good. Okay, that did give me machine gun ammo. Let's equip the machine gun. I got grenades. I got ammunition. Alright, if I walk out this door, he's gonna be staring at me, isn't he? Oh no. Oh. Couldn't just stand up close against the wall. That was something that like Metal Gear 1 here let you do, but like the MSX game doesn't let you do, if I remember right. You guys are doing a bang-up job. The machine gun sucks. This is terrible. This is a garbage gun. Whoa. That guy fucking teleported. Why? Dude, this is not good. This is not a good game, man. This is No, I don't know. The first game did the thing where the elevator stopped and there was nothing there. We should do that too for this one, right? Surely it was done that way for a reason. Other than the manual being really fun for this game, I see why this game has the reputation that it has. Because I don't think I've ever played this past like the first 4 screens. I think I got to the spotlight section and I was like, dude, fuck this. So this is the most I've ever played of Snake's Revenge. And god dang, this is it feels like out of the gate, without, you know, seeing the whole story, I would say this game feels really visionless. Oh no, here we go. And here my oxygen tank shows up. Like this looks like something about this right here just looks like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, the first one. He's holding a gun. Okay. I dared to fire my weapon. Oh, down in the butt. Down. Okay, if I'm crouching, it uses the explosives. That's fucked up for a totally different. This is. What in the fuck? I was trying to figure out a easy way to jump up there to stealth ya. And instead, we got stealthed. Okay, so we got jump and stab. I can select a gun if I want, but that'll just set off the alarm. Fuck you. God damn it. Yeah, if you're like crouched down, if you do like a crouching B, it plants explosives. This is bad. This is a bad fit for this game. We had to use our oxygen tank for that intense sequence. Oh, and we don't have enough oxygen to do this, so now we're just gonna take damage and die? Are you fucking with me, man? What in the fuck? I guess I could have used rations there, maybe eaten while I was underwater? I got the oxygen tank again, so I'll be more judicious with it this time, I suppose. I wonder if I should shoot those mines instead of crouching, because getting underwater at all is what burns the oxygen tank. Because he can't even hold his breath for like a second. Ah, you suck! This game sucks! Everything about the way this controls is so bad! I can't believe that just happened! Just kill me. Alright, well now we have no rations because those guys didn't give us any that time. Okay. Okay, if I am careful about the crouching, I can crouch stab. I can go prone and stab, but if I hold it down, fuck off! Well, but if I'm here like this, if I'm up against the surface, he won't go all the way prone. And if he doesn't go all the way prone, he will not stab. He will only drop bombs. You cannot hesitate. You need to become Solid Snake. You need to run up there and stab him. Oh. Okay, well no one came to fight, so how about we try seeing if the gun will shoot these. They will not. So I have to crouch here. I have to use the oxygen tank. So I cannot have the oxygen tank for the next section. Well, let's leave the gun on because at the other end of this section is going to be dudes trying to stab the shit out of me. And I guess they don't know how to swim, so I'm perfectly safe here forever. But then as soon as we get to the other end here, they're going to come and start trying to stab us, shoot us. They're going to stab us with bullets. Cool game. Cool game you've got here. The rules between when you, like, do a thing and when you drop a bomb, because I was not holding down that time. I wasn't holding down there, but it still dropped a bomb. This is fucking miserable, dude. This is really bad. Can you unequip bombs? No, the only rotation I have here is between what the B button does, because the A button always jumps. Okay, so when we get to the camera screen, we're gonna just run for the water. Okay. Solid Snake is safe for now. So the benefit to not getting spotted there is now those enemies won't be at the other end of this sequence here. This is just like Metal Gear, man. You're crawling through a tiny thing, and like the only thing would be better is if I had to like mash the button. Oh, I can't even get out of the water fast enough. This is fucking terrible. Holy shit. I see why this game has the reputation it does now. Like, you know, well, I don't know. I feel like its reputation. The reputation of this game is not at all about its quality. Like, there's little to no conversation about the actual quality of this game. It is merely like, well, he didn't make it, so you know, it's not canon. It's obvious, and like they're like people talk trash about this game for like the wrong reasons. Like, sure, okay, yeah, it's a non-canon, like, you know, made by the American, you know, made without him, which the NES version was also kind of that way too, but at least it was based on. But yeah, this thing being made whole cloth, from scratch, as its own fucking thing. Like, it is, yeah, you know. This game sucks. It has nothing to do with, like, it not being part of the storyline or the manual being, like, flip and silly with the characters and all that other stuff. Like, that's all anyone talks about with this game. But holy shit, this game actually super fucking sucks. Just on its own. I mean, don't even start the conversation about like actual real Metal Gear 2 on the MSX, which is, you know, much more accessible to a domestic audience these days than it was originally, because no one fucking had an MSX here. So, you know, these were our Metal Gears. And there's nothing wrong with the NES version of Metal Gear 1. When people really like to get on their high horse about this stuff, it immediately becomes like, well, Kojima didn't like the NES version, the Famicom versions of these games at all. Like, okay, yeah, I guess. Like, and when you go play Metal Gear on the MSX, you see that, like, okay, this is a more fully fledged game, and you know, a more fully realized version of this concept. And yeah, like you understand all that, but like that, the NES version of Metal Gear is still a very good game. But dude, this is like, I'm shocked at this. I am shocked by this. Because again, the whole conversation is around like, is it canon, is it not, and people getting mad at it for those reasons and ignoring the part where it is a fucking terrible video game. You think this is gonna work? All right. Does the oxygen refill? No, I need to find another oxygen tank. If I want more oxygen. That's not his lungs, that's the tank. He apparently has no lung capacity whatsoever. Because the minute you get underwater without an oxygen tank, he starts taking damage. Solid Snake is not he's not a trained soldier. He's not, you know, he's just some fucking guy, right? He's just like, I don't know, Lieutenant. Like, he just, you know. Yeah, he left the cigarettes selected to. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck. Why did he crouch? Oh my God. I can't believe that this is this game. I had no idea about the side-scrolling stuff in here. All right. With a ration, we should be able to, as long as we are perfect. This game's not in any timeline? No, did you see at the beginning of the game? It takes place 3 years after he destroyed Metal Gear 1. It's right there in the timeline. It's totally, it's as canon as it gets, baby. It's the real deal. It's all those other games that are bullshit. This is the only real one. All right, here we go. If you read the Outer Heaven Historia, then you'll know that. All right, Zanzibar land. I forget what's on the next screen. It's a guy, right? Oh, please let this be the last screen of this, man. Is this an okay time for the machine gun, maybe? I got molested by these football players. What the fuck is this game? Ah! I'm about ready to stop playing this. Maybe the grenades would be good. Sean, you got anything to say about these guys? No? Nick? Jennifer? No one? Good. We're going to try this one more time. Come with me in the knife pit! Take me on! Yeah, wow. Wow. I'm surprised, you know, like again, like no one talks about Snake's Revenge like it's some amazing video game, right? It is widely panned, but again, the way it gets talked about has nothing to do with the actual quality of the game. It is merely talked about because of like, he didn't like it, so I don't like it. It's not canon, and it's this, and it's like all of the conversations around it are caught up in nerdy Metal Gear lore nonsense, right? But the game itself is terrible. Like, imagine playing. You don't have to imagine because you probably played Metal Gear. Imagine playing Metal Gear and then a couple of years later going, "Oh, dude, they made another one. Awesome! Solid Snake is back. We've got to get Snake's revenge." And then going out to a store and then coming home with this. I think there are things about Metal Gear on the NES that are clunky and you know, ultimately I think the game is really good and holds up for the most part, but there are things about that game that a lot of years later, and again, a lot of that is colored by the much wider availability of the MSX versions of Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2. You know, English translations of those games existing and all of that. So we view this game in a much different context now than we did originally. Imagine knowing none of that, and you know, with the Metal Gear Solid and like all this, you know, nothing. Like that's there's never going to be another Metal Gear, and then suddenly there's another Metal Gear. Metal Gear, one of your favorite games on the Nintendo. It was one of mine. I don't know. And then seeing this. And, you know, Konami made Russian Attack. You might know it better as Green Beret if you're in other territories, but Russian Attack here in the US is very much that side-scrolling stab jump thing that they did in this. Like, you would not be able to work at Konami and not know that you were making a game that was A, like Russian Attack, and B, way fucking worse. In terms of how it controls and how clumsy it feels and everything. Like the arcade game that they already ported to the NES, like that was a much faster paced and better game. And I'm sure that they could justify that. Well, we're doing stealth. That side-scrolling stuff absolutely sucks, man. It's crazy. It's crazy that is something that they sat down and said, this is our big innovation for this game. Like, I don't know, it worked for Zelda. That Zelda guy, he stabbed all those people, and that was a cool game. And they're right, it is a cool game. But it is a terrible fit here. And it reminds me most of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, it sucks in similar ways. I don't know. The top-down stuff feels like a knockoff. The top-down stuff feels like a weird bootleg ROM hack Metal Gear or something. You know, the graphics are a little different, but like it's identifiable as like, oh, this looks like Metal Gear. You got the cameras on the walls, you got the guys standing there and they're turning the different directions, and like it's basically that. With some light evolutions on the, you know, the searchlights and whatever else that actually, I think that stuff is super bad too. Or more, it's more confusing to have the opening of that game be like, walk onto a screen and then a flare goes off and you're like, okay, apparently this didn't alert anybody. Like, I'm still in stealth. Even though people are launching flares up in the sky. Am I launching those flares? Is the guy who said he can no longer support me because I'm too far into the mission, was he the one launching the flares from a helicopter? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. The Snake's Revenge story. And then layer on top of that the multiple menus for the transceiver and weapon and equipment and all the Metal Gear, you know, 1 stuff. That is done like a little bit worse here. Like even the things that you identify as like, oh, this is still Metal Gear. Even that stuff is done surprisingly worse. Like they found ways to make those menus clunkier than they were last time, and it's really, It's really interesting because all of those things are relatively minor tweaks that they made to these systems, but they all add up to make the game so much worse in their own special little way. But it's the side-scrolling stuff that I think really just takes this to a whole new depth. Like, wow, look at this thing you made. This is what you decided to do. Again, visionless is how I would describe it. Say what you will about Kojima Productions and the games that they have made over the years and that he himself has been a part of, and you know, all of that, right? Say what you will. That team, that man, that team, like they at least come to do something. When they show up to make a game, it's because they, like, generally speaking, even under Konami, which is, you know, a bigger corporation that was, you know, just like, I don't know, man, fucking make more games. Or work in the health club, whatever, you know, whatever, man. They made stuff that, like, felt like it mattered. It felt like the decisions they were making were not arbitrary. It felt like, you know, even if you don't like them, which I find frequently I did not. You know, this game's no Boktai is what I'm saying. You want to talk about a fucking good goddamn video game that some people just write off as a gimmick. Boktai. I found my Boktai towel the other day. Anyway, it felt like a unit of creators showing up to make something, and it being, for better or worse, kind of a complete thought on that topic. The thought might be bad, but at least it had games that felt like they had a reason for existing, a justifiable reason for existing. This, you know, it feels like it is, like, you know, maybe it's hard to separate it from the story, you know, like knowing that it was just like a different team making a thing, and who cares, but like that shines through this experience, because this feels in a lot of ways artless. Like it is simultaneously too similar to Metal Gear and like different in terrible ways. You know, it's like, hey, we merged like a game that is basically pretty much the same as this with like some changes, like, oh, I don't know, now you can find enemies and you can get truth gas. You're like, all right, that doesn't make any sense that they would just stay in that room and not call the authorities to come bust you, but sure, yeah, they'll stand in this room and wait for you to show up with the truth gas. What the fuck? And then put all this clunky ass fucked up side scrolling stuff in it. It's really something else. I am fascinated by Snake's Revenge in a totally different way now, you know? And really the thing I would say about Snake's Revenge is that it's the Metal Gear Survive of its time. You know, it's the we're going to take all of the pieces of Metal Gear, all of the stuff that you recognize as Metal Gear stuff. The guy, the punching the guys, the guard pathing, the you know, the key cards, like, we're going to take all of this stuff and spit it back at you with, like, way worse. Everything else is way worse. Or this is what you like, right? You like the Metal Gear? Yeah, here's another one of those. Only this one you can put up fences and stab zombies through it, right? That's, people love the zombies. You kids love zombies. You fucking kids. You fucking kids love the top-down Metal Gear. You fucking love stabbing and shooting. Side-scrolling. You like the Contra, right? What do you put in the Russian attack? What is that? Yeah, that too. Whatever. You like the Contra? We're gonna put a little bit of this into the thing, and then you're running around doing stuff, and then you run around like this doing stuff. Like what's not to like? Everything, you dummy, that I just made up in my head. Everything, you idiot. Snake's Revenge is fucking crazy. It's really I guess now I've put myself in a dark position of like wanting to see the entirety of that game to see where they take it. Probably not, like seemingly nowhere, right? Like it doesn't seem like a game that's gonna have, like, it feels like any story beats it's gonna have is gonna be like, oh well, Metal Gear did this, so we're doing it again. But I don't know. It's and I think it would be like, that would all be fine, right? Who cares? Like at the end of the day, I think if they had just produced like more Metal Gear, I think that would have been okay. I think it is the controls, specifically the side-scrolling stuff and the controls there, that really kind of just fart all over this thing and fuck it all up, right? It's the like, okay, I need to get in here and change from this to this, and I was trying to crouch and do this, and then the bombs, and then like the way those sequences go down. That's the stuff that I think really like drags it down into an even lower kind of echelon. If those side-scrolling sequences controlled fine and controlled better and gave you kind of more full control over your stuff, like they could have it could have been up to jump instead of the A button, and then they could have had a stab button and a shoot button at the same time, or a ration button. Like you could have had full menus in those sequences instead of just having the reduced menu where you can select between knife and gun and rations. Like they could have just kept the same interface if they had made it up to jump, which a lot of the home versions of Russian Attack, especially the ones for computers, did exactly that. But it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's better than Conan. It's better than Spider-Man Rise of the Sinister Six. It's better than Bart Meets Radioactive Man. It's better than Deadly Towers. It's better than Silver Surfer. It's better than Pinball Quest. It's better than the Incredible Crash Dummies. It's it's better than The Punisher. It's better than Tom Sawyer. It's better than Breakthrough. It's better than this fucked up port of Bad Dudes. But this is looking. It's a better game. Is it better or worse than Ninja Kid? My heart feels one way, but the science says that Snake's Revenge is better than Ninja Kid. It's better than the Ultimate Stuntman. It's better than Wizards and Warriors 2. It is better than Star Trek 25th Anniversary. It's better than Star Trek 25th Anniversary. It is not better than Legacy of the Wizard. It's better than Toxic Crusaders. It's better than Defender 2. It's better than World Champ. It's better than Uncharted Waters. It's better than Uncharted Waters. Is it better or worse than Bomberman 2? I guess is the actual conversation here. It's worse than Bomberman 2. It's our new number 263. Snake's Revenge. Wow. Wow. What a thing, man. What a thing. Sorry, 263. That's what I meant. There you have it. Gosh. I was not prepared for that game to have all that side-scrolling stuff in it, man. That was crazy. Next up, Jason wanted to see this one. Whoa. Championship Bowling. Is she giving the finger to that trophy? What does the lane number matter? Lane 1, you got to walk a lot further. Lane 5 is closer to where you pick up your shoes. Defaults to a 7-pound ball. We go up to 15. I mean, I guess let's go with like a 13-pound ball. This is so stuttery. Like the way he moves. I don't like the way you move. This game needs to stop. This game needs to calm down. And like this control meter, like the movement on that is not as smooth as it could be either. I'm dying. This music is killing me. I don't. There's something about all of the audio here that is like just murdering me. Like it loops a little too soon. It's just like it's also getting warm in this room. I need. Let's see if I can do something about that. It's all adding up to like a fucking panic attack. There's something about the tempo and just the high activity of this track that is like it is fucking with me. I'm having a legit hard time right now, and I can't quite put a finger on why. It just great. Can we pick up a spare? The selection noises on the meter remind me of a game called Stroker for the Commodore 64. Whoa. When you hook it, it goes, huh? The fuck was that? Huh. Huh. What's this lady doing? I guess let's try lane 2. If you like bowling 8s, if you like to knock over 8 pins, this is the game for you.
This is Mr. Do. World premiere. Owned by the master. That's a clue, kid.
If you like to knock over 8 pins, might I recommend Championship Bowling? I want to die. Oh! If you like hitting 8 pins, if you love a nice 4-6 split, no, that's not gonna work. Can't back up though. Maybe we won't get 8. Hey, look at that. Ah, a lot of, yeah, real good. A lot of movement on that one.
I'm cool, kid.
You like 8 pins? You like to hit 8? We're already on the 8th frame. Might as well finish it out, right? Might as well finish it out. 10 frames. Bowl game. 10 frames. 10 frames. So it's a 7-9. 7-9. I hit 8. Ah! Oh, weird. Trying something different. Maybe it'll Okay, we're done. We're done. Why am I so dizzy? The achievement being called "This doesn't feel any different" is perfect. I'm gonna clean my toilet with a toothbrush. What's that penguin doing? Why is that penguin here? I get it, lady. I'm flipping off that bowling trophy too. Oh God. This music is so much more relaxing by comparison. What's lane 3 all about? Oh God. Yeah, where's it? Where are all the people of? Where's the community of OC Remix when it comes to remixing the cool music from Championship Bowling? Where's? Okay. So bowling games. They're always like relatively simple, right? You can add features. You know, you can go kind of hard and as we moved through generations and technology became more advanced and what have you, we did start to see bowling games that would try to incorporate oil patterns on the lanes. And they allude to that in the manual here and kind of say, Hack Mantis has helpfully provided a bit from the manual here on the Discord. Championship Bowling has 5 lanes to choose from. Not only is the color of the lane different, but each alley is slightly different. There is only one main track on each lane, and it can vary from lane to lane. You can't judge the lane until you are actually rolling the ball. These are the sentences. I'm just reading them. You may need to adjust your shot due to variations in the lane. The shot will either hook more or hook less. Look at the lane and watch every ball rolled to read the lane. So I think for me, where a lot of this breaks down from is kind of from a physics perspective, right? There's nothing wrong with bowling and early bowling games. When we get to 8-bit, 16-bit bowling games, it became very easy to dial it in, right? You would figure out what you needed to do to get a strike, and you would do it. So they're at least trying to address this by having 5 lanes with theoretically some differences between them. That did not shine through in the 2 lanes that we tried at all. I would say that this game's propensity to leave you with 2 pins, like to leave you with a lot of splits, is not great. just from a reality perspective, like it doesn't feel real. It makes the game feel phony. And of course it's phony. They're all phony, especially back then. Again, you know, modeling proper pin weights and physics and everything are something that we can totally do now. I bet making you can make a bowling game in Gary's mod at this point. There's a lot of, you know, you could realistically model the weight of bowling pins and bowling balls and the physics of that stuff and the spin. I bet there are a lot of different ways to fuck that dog. Whatever, was that the phrase? There's a lot of ways to skin it. A lot of ways to skin a cat. If you wanted to. And so, you know, in these earlier days, like, you know, you don't really get that level of simulation. That's fine. But I think that this game does a really bad job of faking it. And so, you know, we see a lot of those, a lot more splits than you might expect to see normally. Even as I kind of tried to change up my roles and we tried 2 characters and try, you know, different lanes and, you know, to see that sort of stuff happen, I think that's a pretty damning outcome when you look at it. Just from a pure gameplay perspective, you know, like bowling games of this era were certainly simple. And, you know, you see, we don't, you know, it's got 4-player support, and I believe it even supported the 4-player like controller adapter thing, the 4-score or whatever, which is, it's a bowling game. You could pass the, you know, all right. But the logo is on the box, if I'm not mistaken here. And then you get into the presentation, specifically the music, and I don't feel good. I feel bad. Say that, but also like I'm sitting here going like, well, don't I have a directory of NSF files somewhere? Indeed I do. Oh, apparently I don't have an NSF player plugin installed into FooBar, so we can't just listen to the championship bowling music right now. What a bummer. Thought maybe putting it on while we were ranking it would really help. This game's worse than Snake's Revenge. This game is worse than Galaxy 5000 Racing in the 51st century. This should be like kind of a layup, right? This should be like, hey, we made a bowling game. It should be relatively easy to make a totally average bowling game where you just play it and you come away from it going like, all right, yeah, I don't know, they made a bowling thing. They made some choices here along the way that I think make it worse, between the way what physics, if you want to call it that, but whatever is happening with the way the ball rolls and the way the pins get knocked down, there's something going on there that feels phony. And then you've got the music, and I think that drags it down below the level of like your standard average bowling experience. And that's the problem here. Oh, look at that. Pat posted. What was this? What's this? Pat posted some video in the Discord. What's this do? What's this? What's this button do? Okay, that's good. Yeah. Oh my God. Join the page. Sign up for the Patreon. You can get on the Discord and enjoy and that. It's worse than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It's way worse than Magic Darts. So as I was about to say, Magic Darts is kind of the opposite of this example, right? Of like, darts is a very kind of straightforward thing, and representing it in a video game is like, it's tricky to capture the nuance. And so it seems like it would be very easy to make a very average darts game. But the Magic Darts people sat down and said, we're going to put a freaking alien in this thing, and we're going to put the, and they went for it. They found ways to put in trick shots and things that make it more than just timing some button presses. And Championship Bowling, yeah, same publisher, by the way. Yes, Romstar published both of these games. I don't know if they shared developers, but Romstar was a company that Romstar put out a lot of Capcom games in arcades. You would see Capcom games that had been relicensed to Romstar for distribution in the US, and then for a brief period of time, Romstar was making home stuff and putting it out. But I don't know what the deal was there with who was developing it. But this is the, again, it's sort of the opposite of Magic Darts, where they really didn't find a way to include any nuance, and the attempts at personality ended up with, well, there's a penguin on the title screen. You can play as a lady, and that's about it. And then you've got the music. So it's a real, it does not work out. Sega developed Magic Darts. Yeah, I mean, Sega did a lot of, like, what, driving games, right? They did a lot of, like, Sega did some SNES golf and some SNES driving, if I remember right. But this is worse than Magic Darts. This is worse than Yo Noid. I mean, a bowling game kind of only has to get one thing right, and it's to make the rolling of the ball feel right, and they don't do that. So in a sense, this is like a failure top to bottom, right? Like, I'm not mad at it. In fact, I'm like bemused about it because of how fucking over the top that music is. But like, I don't know what it was. I felt like I was losing my mind while we were playing that. Video game music usually doesn't affect me one way or the other. But something about the Championship Bowling tune made me feel like someone was going to kick down the door behind me and like club me. I don't know. There's like it's no Victory Road. Funhouse is a better game, despite being not a realistic realization of Funhouse the game show. Raid on Bungling Bay is better. Pinball Quest is better. Yeah, there's an ostrich that runs across the lane if you get a strike. Good to know. Yeah. I think one of my favorite dumb internet things over the last decade plus has been people making their fake bowling, like over-the-top bowling strike animations. You know, bowling ball flies plane into Twin Towers type, you know, like all that good stuff. It's worse than the Praticus conflict. It is worse than Rockin' Ball, which is, again, you got to weigh this out, because I think it would be very easy to just like shrug at this and just go like, eh. But I think that the way that, again, the way this kind of like mildly fucks up bowling, the end result is like a kind of invalid product. You know, it's just like, all right, well, you did a bowling thing, and it, like, yeah, I don't know, all the controls are everything, but the pin physics are so weird. It's no Mystery Quest. Bayou Billy's a better game. But I mean, it's not as bad as Super Pitfall. Let's not be crazy. It's better than Motor City Patrol. It's better than Terminator 2. It's worse than Heavy Shreddin'. It's worse than Wally Bear and the No Gang. It's worse than The Squares. It is worse than Bart versus the Space Mutants. But it is certainly better than Bartman meets Radioactive Man. It's worse than Casino Kid. It's worse than the Black Bass USA. It is worse than Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular. It's our new number 506. Right there with Black Bass. Weird. Weird how that works out sometimes. All right. Yeah, what that bowling game is going to ruin my life. I dragged that NSF to my desktop so that I could fuck with it later. Fuck is wrong? What am I going to do? Slow it down? We're going to do vaporwave remixes of the championship bowling theme. Okay. Whew. Sorry, I'm like mildly discombobulated. Ugly Lawn wanted to see the next game. Now, if I remember right, this is a game that is peripherally oriented, but is also very playable without it. Because this one was left over from last week. This is Laser Invasion. These lightning bolt S's. So this was a game that came with a boot, like a funky light gun, like peripheral. It was a visor that you wore, and it had a little sight on it and a microphone, and then you would just make noise into the microphone, and that would make the gun shoot. And that thing was not well made. But you can play it multiple ways. Okay, it's just it'll let you practice with the gun. Let's see. Can we actually? So if we put it to Zapper, I may need to. I feel like in other games, that's like in Hogan's Alley and stuff, that stuff just was wired up and worked. But anyway, let's Spider, an undercover agent, has been captured by the enemy. This came out a year after Snake's Revenge, by the way. It is believed that Spider has info on their newest weapons. Overhead hovers the enemy's brand new attack copter. Was this Top Gun? All right, so we can go with 40 small missiles, 20 times 2 missiles, or 10 times 4 missiles. The Sundowner. We're sundowning. Yeah, all right, well, you go with some Hellfire missiles, some Sidewinders, or some Sundowners. Let's go with some medium ones. Extra fuel, a ground bomb, chaff. Let's go with extra fuel. I have a feeling we're just going to need it. Some interesting parallax there. Okay. 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 Feels like, okay, so it's like I have to like double tap. Like it's one button. So it's like I tap the button once to shoot, or I hold the button down to shoot regular guns. Oh boy. And then double tap for missiles. And I can hold down A to slow down. Ah, it's beeping at me. Doesn't seem good. This is no good. This is not fun. It's just kind of a herky-jerky mess. Oh, do I need to be flying? Okay, so I need to be actually this is not just like shoot guys until the level ends. I need to be going somewhere, huh? Okay. So the map matters then. No, I didn't stop properly. I didn't, you know, there's that speed. Okay. Oh, I have to use the fuel, huh? That doesn't... All right, well, I don't know. Whatever, man. Yeah, it's cool. Let's do it. No? Let's go to the circle then. That seems like where the real fight is. I was hitting select to try to pick the fuel, but it wouldn't let me use it. Fucking come on. Okay. This is what's the word? The shits. Yeah, and then imagine doing it by yelling the word fire into it. Ah, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm using continuous because I don't feel like watching the briefing again. That's the quality of this. At least we can skip that part. Those things come at you pretty fast. Okay. Cool, man. Okay. How do I do that? How do I... Okay. We stop. We inch up on it. That's oh god. Okay, so now we are using light gun technology. That's a weird change. The range on, so a lot of light gun games can be pretty precise in terms of like which pixels they want you to be, you know, clicking on here, and the world of emulation has kind of shown us the exact accuracy or lack thereof on the zapper in particular. This is maybe the widest, most friendly hitbox I have seen, but it's inconsistent. It's not every... Well, I was clicking on that dude and he did not blow up or die, so I don't know what the deal is there. But I wonder if that's to account for the peripheral, the laser scope thing. If they just had to be like, oh, please don't make me fly again. Please start me at the other. Oh my god! This game is a war crime. Okay, now that we've managed to like land somewhere, I'm gonna try and land at this allied airfield, because then maybe I can like use missiles to get there, and then ideally it will give me new missiles when I get there and reload, which I'll need for the boss. I was wondering how they would do this sequence with a light gun, and then realized after we landed that, oh, you don't. You never do this sequence with a light gun. No, 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 no! Your landing attempt was a failure. I don't know. Looked like we landed to me. Fuck you. Like you had like A is your speed brake. It just slows you down, but it slows you down so slowly. Okay, medium missiles, extra fuel, I guess. But now we need to try to not use these missiles here because we want to save them for the big helicopter. So I think the thing to do would be to take the small missiles for the first half of this mission and then take larger ones later, because the big helicopter launches so many of those missiles at you that you kind of just need to overwhelm it. And now none of that matters because when you die, you get everything back anyway, so. But if you were trying to have some sort of ideal run here, God, fuck me, man. They don't give you a lot of time on those. Those missiles just boom, boom, man. And but if I remember right, maybe I'm wrong, but in this sequence, if you use the laser scope, you would use that you could fire missiles with that instead of the double tap or in addition to the double tap on the button. I could be wrong there, but I thought that was the whole point of it, is that you would use the control pad but still be able to go fire, fire, fire for missiles. But then in the on foot sequences, it is just a pure light gun game at that point. The controls in that little landing. What? The controls here work a little backwards than you think they should. There. Fuck you. Fuck you. Stab man. This is like, as Operation Wolf ripoffs go, this is pretty fucking bad. I wasn't shooting anywhere near that barrel. I'll keep my cursor in the middle of the screen here. Yeah, that did it. I think the reason I got shot up by that guy earlier was because there were so many guys on screen and it kind of auto-targets, sort of, because, you know, there will be so many guys in the hitbox at the same time. Well, and then that felt like I needed to be more precise. This is... See there, I'm like, this is me. I'm mashing the fire button over that guy, and it is not hitting him for whatever reason. I don't want to fly that helicopter again. I don't want to fly that helicopter again. Let's take a look at the calibration screen again. I'm just a little curious. Yeah, it just doesn't... I guess maybe you can't... There, now, okay. Like most of the time when I hit the fire button, it doesn't register anything at all. And then it will occasionally light up a block. But that feels random and broken. Okay. Why could I hit the A button and or the B button there and have it reliably draw a block there for about 3 button presses in a row and then none? Yeah, like there it's working. There it's not. It's only registering shots if my cursor is aimed at the one of the lines directly, which you cannot see my cursor, but I have to move the mouse cursor directly onto one of the white lines for this to work. If I aim in the blackness like this, it will not do anything. This is likely to be emulation related, if I had to guess. If I stay with control pad and go here, does it... Okay, so now I just have no input whatsoever. It doesn't... Like that test screen doesn't even do anything. But if I go with zapper and go here... Yeah, that doesn't do anything. So this screen only works when you have the laser scope stuff enabled, and since we were playing with zapper enabled, like we were playing with what should be good emulated zapper stuff, because that stuff is pretty much fine through most of the cores here. But one quick thing we can try. Let's just swap cores really quick. This one does audio slightly differently. This one also draws a cursor on screen. But it is not registering any of this. Yeah, it's like whatever the audio setup Nestopia has by default is like it's like a fake stereo. Okay, now we can't even move the fake cursor anymore. Nothing in here to do. But okay, that'll... Nestopia at least has its own little built-in cursor, which is kind of nice, but it's not working properly for whatever reason. Anyway. Nonetheless. Let's try one more here. I'm just out of curiosity here. It's interesting. This will only register if I'm close to one of the lines. If I'm in the center of a box, it won't register a shot. And that could just be something, you know, again, like the actual Zapper emulation is pretty well done across the board, which the Zapper doesn't work for this screen at all. So that's fine. Well, like generally, this stuff is pretty well handled. Like when it comes to the Zapper itself, the laser scope is kind of its own weird thing, but you know, Sarge saying, I don't remember if Messin has a retro archer. Yes, Messin does. I am normally a Messin man when it comes to this stuff. Anyway, there you have it. Laser Invasion, helicopters, and then Bad Operation Wolf. But yes, Messin is quite good. Messin gets there's a lot of weird quirks that some other emulators used to have a lot of trouble with that it does a great job with. Laser Invasion, I get it, man. Like chasing the dream, right? Chasing the dream of the hybrid light gun, not light gun game. The thing that got us Bayou Billy and, I don't know, Lucky and Wild. You know, like the shooting game where you do other stuff. It's a really cool idea. You know? Of like, oh, I'm going to do this and shoot guns and I'm going to, you know, like that's a really cool idea. But only if you can do both at the same time. The toggle back and forth means that every other level or whatever, you're still getting a fucking light gun game. And this is not a good light gun game. But then on top of that, it is also a bad helicopter game. It feels in some ways, you know, this is Konami, and it feels in some ways like a repurposed Top Gun. And maybe that's just because you're choosing different missiles with different strengths or something that it feels that way. But like, there is something there that is Top Gun-esque. It's the danger of when you're making a helicopter game where you're actually flying somewhere and doing something where like, okay, we're going to try to represent a real map. And you got to fly over there and do a thing, as opposed to just like, fly for a while, and when you blow up 10 of these things, we'll move on to the next thing, and you'll land and whatever. I think this game would have been better with that. If this was just a straight line, afterburner style, and you shot a bunch of helicopters, and halfway through, you could attempt a landing sequence to refuel, and then at the end, you fought the helicopter, and then you landed and did the light gun stuff. Like, that would be better. This game is not better because you could hold down A to stop. This game's not better because you could turn and go the other way and run out of fuel. You know, like that stuff. You could point to that and go like, it's real, man. It's like a simulation. Like, you know, they're trying to add depth to it, but it's not good depth. It's not depth that serves the gameplay. It's not depth that makes the game any better whatsoever. It's just depth for depth's sake. And I think that stuff doesn't work out very well at all. And that's the big problem here. is that helicopter stuff is bad. Once you get on the ground and you're doing just like kind of pure knockoff Operation Wolf Gotcha the Sport style business, like whatever. You've seen that done better elsewhere, much better, but it's acceptable here. It's here you go. It's whatever, you know, like shoot dudes. They run on the screen, you shoot them. One guy's got a knife and he's up close and you're like, oh my God, he's so big. But in this case, he's not even that big. Just a slightly less tiny man down at the bottom of the screen going, yeah, at you, which is great fun. I think it's two parts of a game, neither of which are done particularly well. Like that's the big problem here. And I remember the peripheral. I remember like seeing this thing. You know, there's that tier of NES peripherals that are these weird optional things, like the laser scope, like the U-Force, the Power Glove. You know, this stuff that's just like, oh, okay, this is like you're not adding true analog input to most of this stuff, that you're just kind of obfuscating it, and like this feels way worse, and you're just kind of playing the same video games with like flimsier, fudgier controls, and that stuff doesn't work out super well. The zapper is fine. I get there's something very 90s about like, check out this cool fucking helmet you can wear, and it's got a microphone, and if you yell the noise it does this stuff. Like it's all very, it's right there with Captain Power and all the other weird shit that was happening in kind of in a post laser tag America. So Laser Invasion is just it's a bad helicopter game and a bad Operation Wolf together. And if either one of those things was better, you know, you could maybe kind of suffer through the other side of it, but don't. No amount of Konami drums is going to save Laser Invasion. But like it's functional. I don't know. Like I don't. It's not grotesque. It's not like, look at this disaster of it. You know, like it's not the music from Championship Bowling bad. It's not the, there are, like, when we look at the bottom of this list and the stuff that's on here, is Laser Invasion down here with Home Alone 2? Like, no, man. Like Laser Invasion is significantly better than Robo Demons. It's just like maybe the sad thing about Laser Invasion is if it was less peripherally oriented. If they had just said like, okay, we're just making a zapper game and it's going to do that and that, and they were able to tune the zapper the way that other light gun games did, you would have a better experience, you know? But instead we get this thing that like that part of the game feels poorly tuned, and then the helicopter stuff is just clumsy, and but it's better than Spider-Man Return of the Sinister Six. I mean, it's no Tag and Dragon. It is a better game than Championship Bowling. It's a better game than Alfred Chicken. Well, is it better or worse than Alfred Chicken? Boom 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 boom. Alfred Chicken has merit. No, this is this better or worse than Alfred Chicken? It's worse. Alfred Chicken is just an Amiga ass platformer that didn't even, if I remember right from the reading I've done about Alfred Chicken, if I remember right, I don't think it even started on the Amiga, for as much as it is an Amiga ass platform. Okay, let's back up a little bit. It's better than Time Lord. It's better than Dash Galaxy in Alien Asylum. It is better than Cliffhanger. It is better than Digger T. Rock: The Legend of the Lost City.
I'm coming really soon.
It is better than Jack Nicklaus's 8 greatest 18 holes of Major Championship Golf. It is better than the Caltron 6-in-1. Is it better than Alfred Chicken? It's so hard to separate my love of Alfred. I don't love Alfred Chicken. It's not a good game. But to separate that from the science. All right, let's look ahead here and try to identify a range. We've already identified it as better than Caltron 6-in-1. I'm going to say it's not as good as Skate or Die 2: The Search for Double Trouble. It's worse than WrestleMania Challenge. It is worse than Nightmare on Elm Street. It really does just come down to, God damn it. Is this game better or worse than Alfred Chicken? Alfred Chicken is an inoffensive but not good. You know what? Actually, no. Don't forget that Alfred Chicken is a game that will put a fucking button in there for like, it'll open a door later in the level and then you'll swim for like 5 fucking minutes and get to the end of the area and go, oh, the button wasn't pushed the right way. I need to swim all the way back and tap this button and then go through. And there's no real way to know that until you get there, which way the button should be toggled. Alfred Chicken is a bad game. Alfred Chicken is well placed on this list. The level design in that game is a problem. But it's still slightly better than Laser Invasion. Laser Invasion is our new number 481. That's a clue, kids. All right, what's up next here? I think we can fit one more in, maybe 2 if they're quick. We'll see. Graz wanted to see this one. From your friends at Taxan, not to be confused with Naxat. Do not confuse them with a Naxat. Or I mean, do, because it's the same. It's Star Soldier. From your friends at Hudson Soft and Taxan. All right, let's get in here. Both buttons seem to do the same thing. I mean, what more would you need other than shoot gun? Oh, I'm under stuff. Like, what the... this, what's the Tecmo game I'm thinking of that is like a good version of this, of the like very basic scrolling shooter? Star Force, right. Look at these faces warp as I shoot them. Shot that eye closed. Text. Attack Starbrain. Warp next stage. This feels like a bad version of Star Force in some ways. This feels like a game that would have thrived on, like, I don't know, the MSX or something. But by the time it comes here, why does this look like the same stage? With like different attackers on it, but like the same basic background. Like, what? I do like the way those faces warp as you shoot them. I want to close those eyes forever. Attack Starbrain! Pull out your NES advantage. Warp next stage. This one will be different. You'll see. You'll all see. Sometimes I go under the scenery and I don't know why, and I'm not sure what's happening there. But it won't let me shoot for a little bit. It's like, am I getting hit? And like, what's happening there? It just happened again. I'm not letting up on the fire button. There's no reason to. Well, you see, sometimes I'll go under and sometimes I won't, and it doesn't feel like I'm getting hit. That time I went under it the first time, and so that time I went under it in the middle of it. I don't know what's happening there. But I do know Attack Starbrain. See? Like I just went under. Why? Why did I go under? Why would I go under? It's very odd. Because like when I go under, I stop shooting, so it's already a bad outcome. But then I can also like back out from under it and go again, and it will take me above it. See, like that I don't. And that prevented me from getting that Z. I'm trying to get these Z's, man. But it just feels like broken. It feels messed up. See, I had to turn the overscan stuff down for Snake's Revenge, and maybe we need to turn some of that back on. At least our top and bottom. I don't want to play this. I mean, this is like whatever. It's sometimes a game just feels old. See, why am I under here? That time I wanted to see like, oh, if I'm not mashing the button, will it not take me under? But like it will still take me under. I wanted that P, but I don't get to get that P because I was under. The hood done took me under. Blew up that face. Power-ups in this game are acceptable. Like it's the weird over-under stuff is what makes it odd, and it makes it feel kind of bad. Yeah, the manual doesn't mention it. Terrain. Some terrain will make your ship go under it. If you decide to go under, you can't shoot, but also can't be harmed. So yeah, it's like I'm, technically invincible when that happens, but it's not... But it just feels random. Like, it feels like I'm over here trying to collect power-ups and stuff, and then it's taking me under, and I don't want to go under. And then I'm popping out from there, not shooting. Which is not ideal. I want to be shooting. And the random way where you go under some terrain and then back out and then go again, and it will take you above it the second time around. It is maddening. Like, it's not even reliable. Like, oh, these are the ones I'm going to go under. These are the ones I'm going to go over. See, I just went over and under that same piece. And so if the power-ups are on top of it and you go under, you can't get the power-up. That's fucking insane. That time I thought maybe I would go under, and I didn't. Like, having that be unreliable actually breaks this thing. This is... Yeah, that's a... The enemy design, the ship design, like all this stuff feels very bare bones, and I'm not going to say amateurish because, you know, like these are relatively early games in some regard. But aspects of this feel old, even in the context of the system. I wonder what year this came out. I mean, it's not part of our ranking criteria, obviously, but let's look at the copyright date on the... I'm curious about that, at least. '88. 86 in Japan? Okay. And then 89 here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes, 86 makes a lot of sense. But there's no, someone was asking, is there a bomb button? No, both buttons do the same thing. I like that the stars still scroll when you pause. Imagine playing this without a turbo controller. What am I, 16 shot over here? The way you go under stuff, that's bad. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know why you would like that. There's no benefit to like the limited invulnerability you get while being under stuff is not worth the confusion of like, wait, what happened? You know, like it's a. You know, you're trying to lay down shots on enemies at all times because there's always something to shoot on screen, and suddenly you can't shoot anymore. Like, it's a terrible trade. Simply, you know, strictly because you can't control it. Like, having that be this uncontrollable thing, like, oh, I'm invincible right now, but I'm kind of not. Yeah. It's unreliable. And that's not what you want. You don't want a system of like, oh, well, I was randomly invincible here, and I guess that saved me this one time, which is maybe that's worth all the other confusion, and no. Also, too many flashing things on the background here that look like things you should be able to blow up that you cannot. Like, these circles here seem like things I should be able... They should at least be shooting at me, if nothing else. On a platform where you've got stuff like Xanac to contend with, like this is not where you should be spending your time. Warp next stage. Soldier. Yeah, it's no Star Force. Star Force is a pretty bare bones game, but I think it's very effective. This is a pretty bare bones game with like some really awkward, like one weird mechanic. Like it's got some frustrating stuff. I'm pretty sure me spawning two power-ups at the same time made one of them disappear, which is also a little uncool. Ugh. Attack Starbrain already. Got an alert about a fire. Always good. So I thought maybe the going under stuff was something of like, oh, if you get hit, you're going to be, you know, it'll knock you down a power-up level and you'll be invincible for a little bit, so you'll be under things for a few seconds while you recover. Or, you know, I thought maybe it was a system like that, but it doesn't seem like it. I just wanted to shoot those guys, and I wasn't allowed to because it took me under. I want that power up. Can't have it. Can't have it. That's a bad setup. This is a bad setup, man. All right. Star Soldier. Now, Star Force made it in the top 100. It's a very simple game. And Star Soldier, you know, they went on to make more of them, and you know, like Star Soldier kind of enjoyed its own fan base and like all the stuff that, you know, that this is probably one of those games that it's some caravan thing. Someone is very psyched about it, but it just the way that it puts you underneath things and handles that, I think is pretty poorly done. And so it's no King's Knight. And it's no Karate Champ. Dirty Harry is a better game. Is it? I think Star Soldier is better or worse than Dino Wars Destructon of Spondylus. It's worse. It's worse. It's a worse game. That game is worse. It's worse than Thrillless Safari. It's worse than Wood and Water Rage. It is definitely worse than Million's Secret Castle. It's worse than Snake's Revenge. But it's like, I don't know, you know, it's worse than Bump and Jump. It's a little bit worse than Tiger Heli, but like relatively close here. It is worse than Dizzy the Adventurer. It is worse than Marble Madness and Magic Darts. And Mad Max. It is right here in this Image Fight 1942. It's worse than Image Fight. It is worse than 1942. It's worse than Contra Force. It's worse than Breakthrough. It's worse than Mag Max. It's amazing how quickly a game can slip despite looking a lot similar in quality to a lot of the other games in here. It's better than Big Nose Freaks Out. It's worse than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's worse than Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's worse than Chubby Cherub. It's worse than Victory Road. It's worse than Funhouse. It's worse than Worm. It is worse than Crystal Mines. It is worse than The Punisher. It is better than Supercars. It is better than Exodus Journey to the Promised Land. And it is better than Big Nose the Caveman. It's our new number 386. All right. Star Soldier. And there you have it. Star Soldier. That's going to do it for this week. Again, head up to Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Please hit it up. The fire is close. I gotta go actually, I gotta go look at a thing. Because of that, the number of alerts that are going off right now is like, geez. On the list for next week, F-15 Strike Eagle and Mickey's Safari in Letterland. We'll leave that one on the. We'll leave those two on the list and hopefully get to them next week. So have yourself a good weekend, and I will see you in a few days here for the podcast and all of that. So yeah, have a good one and have a great weekend. These buttons don't work. I reached over here. I have not fixed these buttons. These buttons still don't work with the OBS beta. Stream Deck. Still got to update something. Oh well. I'll push the button over here, and I'll see you next week.